5 steps to rebuilding intimacy. Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. Today we are going to talk about one of the most popular topics, one of the most popular questions, and that is about rebuilding intimacy, right? Igniting that spark, figuring out that chemistry, trying to get it back. And it can be difficult, right? But it's not impossible. I promise you guys that it is something that you can achieve. I have seen it time and time and time again, where people feel like there's no way, like the spark is dead, where we haven't been romantic with each other in a long time. I don't think it's going to be possible. But believe me when I tell you it is 100% possible. You guys can do it, because again, I've seen it time and time and time again. It just requires you to dedicate yourself to the process, to believe that you can do it, because a big part of this is your mind, right? And pushing through, right? Self-motivation, self-drive, inspiration. So let's go into the first thing, right? The very first thing that you can start to do to build intimacy in your relationship. Self-reflect. That's the first thing. Take a step back and try to understand why you are in the position that you are in. How did you get to this place? When did the intimacy die in the relationship? Maybe the timeline is different for you and your partner. So really trying to understand for you when you think the intimacy stopped, and putting yourself in your partner's shoes and looking at it from a different perspective, and maybe thinking about when it ended for them, right? Asking yourself the hard questions is really step number one. And the reason why is because it requires you to be a little bit more introspective and understand things so that you can actually try to resolve them and fix them, right? How are you going to build something without the instructions? I guess the perfect example would be a piece of IKEA furniture, right? You get a box that's got a million different pieces in it. If there's no instructions, it's going to be impossible to fix or to build, or maybe you will be able to build it, but it's going to take you freaking forever. So really taking a step back and trying to create a book of directions for yourself, a guideline, a map, so you can actually understand where you're at and where you're going. The second part of this, and it seems so simple, but most people miss this, it's making time. Right? Investing the time and trying to regain the attraction of your partner to bring the intimacy back. If you are stuck in this routine and this monotonous type of cycle, right? It is sometimes very difficult to pull yourself out of that, because when you're in the thick of it, you're not really paying attention to what's going on around you. Right? You're so lost in the fact, you're so hyper-focused on your work schedule and taking care of the kids and running the errands and cleaning the house and doing all of these other things, that it feels like you don't have any time at all to invest in the relationship. But I challenge you on this. Do me a favor. If you go into your iPhone, if you go into your phone, whatever the case may be, go into your settings and check your total screen time. How often you are on your phone and what areas you are most often focused on, which probably is going to be social media. There are so many times where I have clients do this and they realize that they are on their phones 5, 6, 7, 8 hours out of the day, but they're telling me that they don't have any time for anything else. If you have time to be on your phone for 6, 7, 8 hours a day, you have time to set aside a moment for your relationship. Is your phone more important than your partner? No, it's not. Your phone isn't going to bring you the kind of gratification that your partner is going to be able to bring you. So take a step back and understand that there are probably certain things in your life that you can cut out. Now, I understand for some people, their life is their phone. That's their business. That's their work. So maybe they do have a high amount of screen time. But that's why I want you to take a look at the categories and tell me what categories you can start to eliminate and invest some of that time into the relationship. The third one is when you actually are able to invest time, when you are actually able to set aside some time, plan new activities, do different things with your partner, step outside of your comfort zone. Because if you are stuck in a routine, it's boring. You're used to the same thing. It's predictable. And the killer of relationships is predictability. You want to have some adventure, some excitement, some new things. And a good practice, a good exercise for the two of you is to create a bucket list together, right? So you write your bucket list, they write their bucket list, and then you come together, you see what similarities you have, you prioritize those first so that both of you guys are feeling like you're sharing in experiences in similar experiences, similar interests, and start doing it, right? It's been scientifically proven that when you try new things and you activate that kind of adrenaline response, it is also part of and responsible for attraction. So if you're doing that together with your partner, what you're actually doing is that you're rebonding and you're reconnecting with your partner. And that's what it's all about, right? That connection is what attracts you to your partner and what your partner finds attractive in you. So try new things, go out there, step outside of your comfort zone, stop being hyper focused or lost in this little bubble that you're used to. Pop that bubble, experience life together. That will make all the difference. The fourth one is it's the small moments that count, right? Not these big, grandiose type things. Now, I understand. I just told you to create a bucket list and I told you to try new things. And sometimes on those bucket lists, it's going to be skydiving, it's going to be snorkeling, it's going to be rock climbing. And those are big things, but it's also about the small moments. So cuddling up on the couch and watching a Netflix movie together or a show together, right? Turning on the fireplace and having hot chocolate together. Maybe even reading together on the couch in the same room. Snuggling and cuddling when you're in bed. Doesn't necessarily mean you're having sex. It just means that you're having a shared intimate moment. Cooking that favorite meal that you know your partner likes and you haven't done in a long time. Going out to the local restaurant that you guys used to go to all the time. There is a endless amount of things that you can do that fall under the category of intimate experiences. And oftentimes people confuse intimacy with sex. It's not about that. Intimacy is about building a deeper connection and bond. And if it's been a long time since you've done that, then I highly recommend refocusing and investing some energy into that because, again, it will help you to bring back that spark and that chemistry, and it'll remind you why you're even in a relationship with this person to begin with. The last and final one is communication, right? Staying in contact with your person, keeping that line of communication open. Because without communication, you're not going to be on the same page about a lot of things. And oftentimes it happens organically that as other things in life become a priority, you really stop conversing and talking to each other. And it's unfortunate, but it happens. And how are you going to stay connected to your partner? How are you going to know where they are in their life emotionally, mentally, spiritually, if you are not conversing with them? So make communication a priority. And again, communication isn't just about talking to each other, right? I would rather you have quality conversation than quantity conversation. Quantity conversation, you're just kind of scratching the surface, right? How was your day? It was great. Anything new happen? No, not really. Sending each other a meme every once in a while, like that's just very surface. It's about also scheduling the time to sit down and have a check-in with your partner. Really ask them the deep questions, see how they're doing emotionally. What are their needs? Is there anything that's missing in the relationship that you guys should be working on? Are there any goals that you guys are striving towards that you have not discussed in quite some time? Right? So really more of the deep stuff that is going to help you guys to connect and bond and work together towards in the relationship. If you guys like this video, if you guys relate to this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you have any comments, if there's anything that you want to say, if there's any questions that you may have, drop them down in the comment box down below. I love to have open dialogue with people. I read every single comment, so I guarantee you I will see it. Maybe you just want more detail, right? You want to know a little bit more about this and how to really reattract your partner. We have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos on our website. So go ahead and visit our website at www.happily-committed.com. We also have a lot of self-trainings, guys. I have created a lot of products around intimacy and rebuilding intimacy. So go ahead and head over to the products page and take a look at the trainings that I have created in regards to intimacy and reattracting your partner. I have a version for male and I have a version for female, a version for him, a version for her. So please make sure you're checking that out. I promise you guys, it will change the dynamic of your relationship. It'll change your life. It'll change how you guys interact with each other, and you guys will feel feel like you are in a completely new relationship. I guarantee you. So go ahead and go and check those products out. I highly recommend it. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session, you can book with either myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you're staying happy and healthy. See you guys soon.